everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I want to talk about all of my favorite art supplies of 2025. So I'm trying to make this an annual thing. I did last year make a video on my 2024 top art supplies, and while things are relatively similar, since that I have been taking some university classes for art, and also I've been doing a lot more oil painting than last year and kind of straying a little further from gouache and acrylics. And I've also been using a lot more graphite pencils and doing a lot more like loose figure drawings and stuff just because of university classes. So without any further ado, further rambling, let's get into my favorite art supplies of 2025. So let's start out with paper. So currently I'm using this A5 size Art Alternative sketchbook, but I will say my favorite so far has been the Talons art sketchbook, and I'm definitely going to purchase another one after I'm done with this one. I do want to highlight this small, I think it's called Handbook & Co., this little pocket sketchbook. I might rebuy another one of these. For me, good paper is really key. I have been doing a little more research on types of paper and emphasizing working on a larger sheet of paper. I've been using this Strathmore drawing paper. It was a university purchase, it was required for my class, but since then I have been using it on a pretty regular basis, as well as some newsprint. I don't have any left to show you, but I've been doing a lot of practice work on newsprint, and it's really helped me loosen up with my drawing and get really good at figure studies, and definitely like work that skill. Moving on to my graphite pencils, because I want to mention those. I've been using these Wolf graphite pencils. I got them in a Scholar box 2 or 3 years ago. I love how blendable they are and how much you can get on the paper. But getting an actually like decent graphite set and learning how to work with values and stuff has definitely helped me with my paintings as well, to be able to see lights and darks a little easier. And also using line weight and shading. Along in my sketchbook, I do want to mention, I do use pen sometimes. It's a Zebra f.301 BP 0.7mm pen, but I got this in a local art shop near me and I've been loving it. I wanted to find a nice refillable ballpoint pen, but I use this one in my sketchbook mostly for thumbnailing or taking notes. This is kind of my everything pen, so I use it for journaling, I use it for school, I use it for sketchbooking, and I think it's nice to have a good stable pen to just bring everywhere with you. Oh, I do want to mention a new addition to my collection of stuff is this Voyager notebook. I've been eyeing this up for a long time and I finally caved and bought it. I did get this one from my local art shop, the same shop I got the pen at. But yeah, these two work pretty hand in hand. I keep them together at all times. And this book I really like because it does have like sketchbook inserts. It's just like a thin kind of moleskin type paper, but as I do want to start up my daily sketch habit again, this is really good for that kind of stuff. Another pen I want to mention is this Muji brush pen. I did mention this in my last video, but it is just such a good pen. I use this all the time for a lot of hand studies, not necessarily like finished drawings or anything, just because brush pen isn't like a medium I'm super trained in. And I don't know if it's available anymore. I haven't been to the Muji store since like 2019, last time I was in Toronto, but yeah, I've been using this since then and it's kept up, so one of my favorites. Okay, so moving on to painting. So if you don't know, I am mostly an oil painter and I have used numerous types of oil paints. I will say I haven't tried super expensive ones, but I have experimented with a few cheaper brands as well as Gamblin oil paints, which to me is kind of a medium price. I did splurge on a few about a year ago and I'm almost completely used them up, which is kind of breaking my heart, but they are by far my favorite oil paints that I've ever used. I just absolutely adore how easily these mix together. The pigments are absolutely beautiful to work with. I like to use a linseed oil with it, and I have recently just bought this Gamblin linseed oil. to go with the Gamblin paints. I thought that'd be the best option. And so far I'm loving it. I was using the Daler and Rowney linseed oil before. Honestly, I don't see much of a difference. I just bought this one because it was in a bigger container and it would last me longer. And I think I should also mention the brushes that I use. I think this is an Artist Loft set initially, and then I have a few different ones in there. This was a gift from my parents for Christmas, so thank you to them. I'm constantly in need of brushes because I'm so horrible at cleaning them, but I've been keeping these ones relatively clean. And I don't know the brand, I'll put it on screen, but I did recently get this tiny little detail brush from that same little like local shop. Always support local art shops if you can. Anyways, this little paintbrush I bought to do the detailing on my newest painting, to do like the archway designs, and it's been honestly a lifesaver because before I was trying to use my smallest brush, which is pretty small, but it's definitely not small enough. And it was honestly not that expensive. I think I paid like $2.50 for this one, which is a steal when it comes to like detail paint brushes that you buy individually. So yeah, my oil painting supplies. I can go in a full another video on just my oil painting because it is a whole setup and a whole process, which you'll see once I finish this big painting, which honestly, it's not going to be out for a few months. Just gonna put that out there. It's probably not going to be done until like end of August, so. But whenever that video does come out, you'll see my painting setup and how I do things. Part of that setup I will talk about now is my Apple Pencil and my iPad. For the first little bit, I was kind of regretting buying it because I wasn't using it as much as I wanted to, and honestly, I was just like, this could have been a laptop. And I did eventually buy a laptop because I needed it for school, but now I use this thing all the time. It is like my main device for like making art and stuff, because usually when I'm doing a big painting or a painting in general, I'll take photos and kind of like see kind of like how it'll look. Like for my current painting, I saw how it looked when I did a black background because I couldn't decide if I wanted to do black or blue, and that saved me so many headaches of like starting to do something and starting to use a certain color and then regretting it and trying to reverse it. So anyways, and I do see myself using this iPad like so much in the future. So easy to have and have beside my paintings. With a laptop, I feel like sometimes the colors on the screen are just like the texture of the screen is weird, so I don't get like the true colors. But with the iPad, the colors are so true to life and it's not distorted in any way, so really good. I really like this one's more in my sketchbook. It's more of like a sketchbook must-have, but my Holbein and Turner gouache, my acrylic gouache specifically, I've been using these ones for about a year. I will say my Holbein gouache is my favorite. They're both kind of the same price. Holbein's a little more expensive, and I did have a really big gouache kick probably like a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago. I do encourage, if you want to liven up your sketchbook a little bit, to invest in some gouache. Honestly, you don't even have to invest in it. I would get the jelly gouache because those are really good. I also made a video on that like years ago. Just, I use it a lot in my sketchbook for painting mock-ups, similar to what I use my iPad for, but if I want to get more of an idea of the actual step-by-step process, like if I do a wash in the background of this color, and then if I mix these colors together and like more stuff like that, I use my gouache. So I have this skull model, so I use this all the time for skull studies in my sketchbook, and also I put a lot of skulls in my paintings. I like keeping it like consistent in my paintings as like a little bit of a signature thing. I haven't done it a lot in like super recent ones. It's helped me a lot with like figuring out bone structure and how like the jaw works. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite art supplies are in the comments below. I've been sitting on this video for so long and I've been wanting to film it forever. But I feel like I haven't been super into like sketchbooking and doing like daily drawing anymore, which I do want to get back into. And I'm hoping with this video and a few more video ideas that I have, it'll encourage me to pick up my sketchbook again and really go ham on practicing and drawing every day. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.